Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming to celebrate with us on this wonderful day here in central New Mexico. I'm Pat Vincent Calan, and I'm honored to be the United Way of Central New Mexico Board Chair this year. I'd like to thank Malamana, our local voice and percussion band, for their wonderful music this morning. This United Way fundraising campaign that you all do is the largest annual human service drive in New Mexico. And this money matters so much because it helps our neighbors. It helps people like 5-year-old Maggie, who said, "Sometimes Daddy yells loud and hits Mommy and me. I hide under my bed and my heart beats really hard." Your donations helped Maggie and her mom. They finally escaped the violence at home. They went to the Family Advocacy Center. Safe now, they are building a life together. It was your donation that changed their story. And now it's my privilege to introduce Ed Rivera, the President and CEO of United Way of Central New Mexico.
Thank you, Pat. And let's recognize Pat Calan, who has given effortlessly and extensively of her time. Pat Calan, thank you for all you've done for us. This is just an awesome turnout. We appreciate your being here today with us to celebrate our campaign. Thank you again for being here. We just could not do this without you. Pat told you about Maggie. I'd like to tell you about Anna, center stage. At 50, it's hard to start over. For years, I put up with the abuse, but when I lost the job, I lost my home and ended up on the street. Imagine me on the street. Starting over is hard, but because of you, it is possible, because you gave to the community fund. Thank you so much. You helped start a new beginning. You changed my story. Thank you to Anna. Right now, I'd like to take a moment just to, because he is so busy, we'd like to bring up our mayor. I think we all know how much he cares about this community, everything from heading home to our four-legged friends in the community, to the mayor's ball, and to so many other things. But I don't know that maybe all of you know that tonight he will be inducted to the Anderson School Hall of Fame. So in doing so, as I bring up the mayor, let's recognize him for that achievement. The Honorable Mayor Barry. Mayor.
Thanks, Ed. Good morning. What a beautiful New Mexico day. I get to travel around the country on occasion, and I get to meet with mayors and other elected representatives from around the country. And we always talk about how cool our towns are. I don't care if it's Mayor Bloomberg or Rahm Emanuel or Mayor Lee from San Francisco or Villaraigosa from Los Angeles. Everybody, we brag on our cities because we love our cities. And we have so much to brag on in Albuquerque. In fact, we've got a lot more going on than a lot of these larger cities. And one of the things that I always tell them, in fact, I was with Mayor Bloomberg, oh gosh, I think it was last September, and we were talking about the philanthropic nature of our community, of our cities. And he was talking about a lot of the things that happen in New York City and et cetera, et cetera. But when I remind him that on a per capita basis, New Mexico blows them away for United Way, he didn't have a lot to say after that. So that's you guys. That's each and every one of you. That's your companies. That's just the heart of this city. That's just who we are. And it makes me so proud to be the mayor. And it is just really wonderful to serve a city that has such a giving spirit. Special thanks certainly to Pat Calan, the United Way Board Chairwoman this year, Kim Sawyer, the 2012 campaign chair, and Ed Rivera. Great partnerships between the city and United Way of Central New Mexico. A couple of years ago, I know I've seen a lot of you at the charity gala that my wife Maria puts on. It's the Mayor and First Lady's charity gala. 2 years ago, we decided to team the gala up with the United Way of Central New Mexico for the Community Fund. And in just the first 2 years, we've raised over $120,000 that went right back into the community fund. So thank you for your support. So a shameless plug, in this very room, Saturday, May 18th, this year will be the charity gala. So I know those tickets will be going on sale soon, so keep your eye out for that because we really want to support the United Way on that. Well, when I was talking to my staff, they said, what do you want to say? I said, well, I want to talk about the A to Z of the United Way and of all of the things that the United Way does Central New Mexico. And we couldn't get a Z. If there's a Z out there for a nonprofit, let me know. But we have from Adelante to the YWCA. We got from A to Y. Providing funding for thousands of nonprofits, 125 of which are funded through the Community Fund. And the thing that I think is great is that 80% of the charities that receive support are right here locally, which means they're not sending their money out of state. Your donations stay here. I know there's a special occasion here and there, but that money stays right here in the city of Albuquerque. So we're just absolutely honored to be part of this. And I want to give a little shout out to Felix Vivian, who is our United Way coordinator for the city. I don't have my driving glasses on at the moment. Where is Felix here?
There he is over there.
There, hey, thanks Felix, I appreciate it. Felix is with the aviation department, so thanks Jim Hine for letting him head this movement on behalf of the city. This past year, Felix led the city of Albuquerque to collect over $250,000, so congratulations Felix, we appreciate that, and all of our employees. I know you've got big footsteps to fill next year as well, trying to keep that number going up and up and up for the city of Albuquerque. And I'm going to end on this note. I'm going to give it back to Ed here. I see the. Hang on, find out. I see the Sandia Labs banner out here, and I see the number $5.5 million. And when we talk about Sandia Labs, and I don't want to take Kim's thunder or anything, but we talk about the companies that matter in Albuquerque and New Mexico, from large, small mom and pop companies to very large organizations like Sandia. But this is what we talk about when we talk about the value of Sandia National Laboratories, Kirtland Air Force Base, all of these great assets that we have in the city of Albuquerque, all the great companies, because you're not just working on national defense, you're not just working on innovations and making sure that we're on the forefront and keeping our country safe. Your community members that come out and you give to our community. So whether it's Sandia Labs or any of the other companies that are here today, I just want to say thank you very much. This is an exciting day. I know Ed's got some exciting announcements to make. So thanks for letting us be a small part of this as a city of Albuquerque. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to have an even better year next year, and we're going to continue to keep those bragging rights that we have around the country of Albuquerque being a great philanthropic city. So thank you so much and for all you've done, and have another great campaign next year. Thanks, Ed.
A huge thank you to our mayor. I know the mayor did mention the importance of the city of Albuquerque, but we also have, as you toured the booths areas, representatives, donors, and organizations that serve our entire four-county area. And I did want to mention that we are a four-county organization. We did mention that we have $4 million roundtable companies here in the center. We just wanted to call them out real quickly. Sandia National Labs raised $5.5 million. Intel raised $3.5 million. And Presbyterian, UNM, UNMH also join again in the $1 million roundtable. Let's recognize those companies for all their great support. In all, there's over 300 fund drives throughout Bernalillo, Sandoval, Torrance, and Valencia counties. It's a huge effort in our community, and we're so appreciative of all you do. Just to kind of get a gauge of the impact, if you are a volunteer at any level, raise your hand. Look at all the hands raised. If you are a loaned executive, raise your hand. There's a few out there. And if you are a donor, raise your hand. Let's recognize all of you who have made this campaign possible. In particular, I would like to take just a quick moment. If you are a United Way of Central New Mexico staff member, please raise your hand. We need to recognize them. They do a great job. You're rad. Please recognize that staff. And if you are Clint Wells, would you please raise your hand? I know Clint's out there somewhere. We can find him by his hair, I'm sure. Where is he? Clint? Clint has been a vital part of our organization for more than 12 years, as many of you now know, and probably you're all Facebook friends with him, so I'm sure you all know. But Clint has moved on to the museum, the History Museum, and we congratulate him for that. But we need to recognize him for 12 years of great service. Please recognize Clint Wells. Another brief reminder of why we're here today. Look at the banners in the center. I'd like to tell you just quickly about Will's story. My mom was into drugs. We bounced around until Grandma took me in for good. Life was better for a little bit, but then Graham died suddenly. I was 16 and on the street, but because of you, I got a roof over my head and food to eat. I got counseling and got back to school. Your support helped me. I am the first person in my family, this is Will, to finish high school, and this year I will be a college graduate. This is Will. You changed Will's story. That's tremendous. Thank you for helping Will. The United Way has done some important work recently, and I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about it, but because of you, we've come through a strategic plan process that's pointing us toward more impact in our community. We can measure that lots of different ways, and when we talk about impact, we can talk about how the Center for Nonprofit Excellence helps us, or our 211 programs help us, or about our Community Impact Council help us, but you all help us. We're looking at ways to measure our impact, how we can work more closely together, and that is significant in terms of the work that we're doing going forward. In particular, I would like to mention that our United Way will be involved in a collective impact model on cradle to career education alignment. You'll hear more about it, or you can go to our website and you can see it all there. I don't see Jim Hinton or Kathy Winograd here, but they're co-chairing a major effort to help us move that, and we're having some great progress in that. So you'll hear more about that, but that's just some of the things your United Way is doing. And all of this is made possible because of you and our corporate cornerstone partners. I'd like to ask Kim Sawyer to come to the stage, and also Pat. Kim was not in town very long when I had the chance to visit with Paul Homer and talk about perhaps Kim being campaign chair, and I hadn't even met Kim yet. But a couple years ago we had a chance to meet, and she stepped up willingly, enthusiastically, and has been our campaign chair this year. We have a little award to give her, and Pat Kalon is going to join me up here. Kim, thank you for your incredible service to the United Way. We're going to hear some great news here in just a moment, but let's recognize Kim Sawyer, and I'm going to turn the program over.
Thank you, and Pat. That's quite an honor to get something as lovely as that momentum. I want to tell you Helen's story. Helen is 82, and her husband, Bob, died a few years ago. Helen became increasingly depressed and isolated. But your gift gave Helen her life back. She's reconnected now. She has new friends and has plans for tomorrow and the next day. Your gift made it all possible. I want to say thank you. Our goal this year for the 2012 United Way campaign for Central New Mexico, the fund drive, was $28,150,000. We are in challenging times now. And what does that mean? It means fewer donors and more people that need help. But we've proved that wrong. Members of the cabinet, the campaign cabinet, could you please raise your hands? I want to recognize the campaign cabinet. They rallied together, got out into the community, talked to the leaders, influenced unbelievable campaigns, and as a result, we're here to celebrate the results. I also would like to thank each of you for coming here, but more importantly for the things that you have done for the campaign and the community. You all should be very proud of yourself, and I congratulate you. You've been patient. Are you ready to find out how we did this year? Yeah. All right, let me turn it over to Ed.
Well, I think we're ready for the announcement, so I believe we are going to get a surprise here, Joey. Are we ready for the roll-up? We are ready. I think we hear some activity behind the stage. And I'm so glad we have the mayor here, because we have friends in high places. Here we are. Safety first, they're about to show. While they're dismounting, why don't we thank and recognize Albuquerque's finest.